Says this will be the last group before everyone is eligible for a vaccine, and that could happen in May with a new federal directive to make all adults eligible by May 1st. Madeline O'Neill shows us how vaccinators are gearing up to give more shots and just how quickly everyone who wants a vaccine might get one. Maddie?
Well, we know President Biden is saying that the country will have enough vaccine doses for every American by the end of May. But of course, it takes a lot to actually get those vaccines into people's arms. Like after a long winter.
It's great.
Change is in the air.
Everyone, I think, is breathing a sigh of relief.
That much talked about light at the end of the tunnel.
We're on a good sort of clip right now.
Is getting closer by the day.
We see it, we feel it.
Our state's vaccinators, including public health departments and hospitals, are setting their sights on an expected increase in vaccine supply.
We've been getting a fraction of what we request on a weekly basis.
SSM Health has the ability to do 20,000 vaccine appointments a week at its 18 sites in the state, once the state's weekly allotment increases.
This number could triple or even quadruple by the end of the month.
And you've heard us say it again and again, supply, supply, supply. I don't think that's going to be an issue anymore.
At the Alliant Energy Center, Public Health Madison and Dane County has already opened up all 8 lanes at the New Holland Pavilion to vaccinate educators, able to go from about 5,200 a week to 7,000 soon as eligibility expands.
It was very similar eventually to testing, that we would have just a wide open vaccination center.
Chief of Operations Doug Vagle says they've talked about moving to a 6-day setup, expanding to 12 hours a day, or even going 24/7.
So it's kind of a balancing act between the vaccine supply and the demand.
The Alliant Energy Center is also under consideration to host a FEMA vaccination site, which could mean up to 6,000 more vaccinations a day.
When doses come into the state, they're getting into arms relatively quickly. There's a high efficiency level. Like we might rank sort of #1 in the country as far as percent doses received and then administered.
UW-Madison Associate Professor Ajay Sethi says the university is vaccinating at just 7% of its true capacity, with pharmacy and nursing students ready to help out.
I just don't see the state sort of lagging behind in options.
Sethi has laid out a number of scenarios for when everyone in the state could be vaccinated.
There are other sort of variables to consider.
Variables like how many doses are given a day, which is dependent on supply, and what percent of vaccines given are Johnson & Johnson's.
If everything goes smoothly in the summertime, we can expect everybody vaccinated.
Even with all the supply in the world.
And we all know that it's not possible to vaccinate 2 million people all at the same time.
So vaccinators like SSM Health are considering how to prioritize patients with high-risk medical conditions in Phase 1C, as Phase 2, encompassing everyone, is around the corner too, along with brighter days.
We are right there. We are so close.
Though there are many factors that play into this, vaccinators' best guess at getting everyone vaccinated is around June or July. Now, of course, pharmacies play a role in this as well. For instance, Walgreens, as part of a federal program, gets nearly 40,000 vaccines to help out with our efforts here in Wisconsin a week.